Hey everybody, TJ Steele here, Favor 5 Ag Innovations, and founder of our Born to Farm. Sitting here on this big mower that some of you have seen. Got my daughter Edith Ann here with us. You want to say hi?
Hi.
So, anyhow, I want to start this intro. We're going to get in this machine here in a little bit. I'm going to start it. We're going to fold it up, show you a little bit about it, which is pretty exciting. Actually, going to take to the field here real shortly. You guys will be able to see some videos of that. Start with Born to Farm. We've developed a page to where we can have a platform to put a lot of information. There's actually going to be some classes come out of that I'm going to be teaching for some young individuals, young or old. You can be in, I don't care where you're at in farming. My goal is to show some of these young guys a different way to get in farming without having to be covered up in debt. And then some of us know what that debt is like later on in your life, and takes you a big majority of your life as a farmer to ever get out of that or get into a position that we'd like to say we're free. So that page is going to come out some teachings in that. Please share this. We want as many of the young guys, old guys, anybody that may be struggling in farming, wanting to get into farming, even in business. All of these principles apply in business, and we're just really excited about it. Finally, I get to share my journey of all the stuff that I've learned from starting with your own bank accounts at 14 to hitting the hardest financial time of my life at 25, and we're going to talk about that. I actually read an article today about the stress of farming and what that's, suicides in farming and several things like that. We're going to touch all that stuff. So that page, that's where all that stuff comes from. Business to business, family, farming, whatever you guys want to cover in there, that's going to be in there. There's going to be a lot of classes come to that. So anyhow, I appreciate you guys coming on here and seeing this. I know there's a lot of interest in this thing behind me. I'm going to flip our camera around, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a walk around, do some explaining on it. Then we're going to get in it, and we're going to start it up and fold it up and do all the fun stuff. So, like I said, there's Miss Edith. She's hanging out with her dad today. I apologize for the sun. We were going to do this earlier, but we've had a lot of cold weather and wind, and I quite frankly didn't want to stand out here and shiver to do a live. And have a pretty calm day today. You'll hear a little bit of highway background noise, but it's pretty calm, pretty nice day, sun shining, excuse the shadows. But anyhow, this rig is built by Vogel Engineering, as most of you know. It is the second one he's built, but the only one like this. The first one he built for a customer, just straight up. And this one he built out of their own shop, kind of for themselves to possibly sell. I almost think they did it just to prove they could do it. So anyhow, they did it. Wayne's a lot like that. He's a very interesting fella. So the heads that they put on these are 16-foot Case IH heads, RD163 heads. They are brand new. They're equipped with Steele crimpers. Same hydraulic drive that any swather comes with. All those hoses going up there, that's all your hydraulic drive for your hydrostats. For the motors, the heads are variable speed, just like they are on a normal swather. And I don't know if you can see in there, I'll show you in a minute. I filled the thing up with hydraulic oil, and that's my fault. I made a leak in there, got it a little too full. All the hoses go up there. Front mower, they all operate independently or together. Has the same float mechanism set up as a regular swather. The three heads put out a 48-foot width of cut. Like I said, it's equipped with Steele crimpers. It does not have full form shields on it. It's dumping right out of the crimpers. You can shrink it down a little bit or dump it out flat. And that's your float cylinders to hold your sides. It's all the big framework. Interesting thing on this machine, those final drive motors are heavy duty final drives. That's what he puts in everything that he builds, and they're 10,000 hour rating stuff. Hydrostats are 10,000 hours. This is your steer axle. It is 4-wheel drive. Turns pretty short for what it is. Return filters, there's pressure filters in underneath of there. The hydrostats are back in there. I don't know if you can really see them. Cab swivels around. We'll show you that in a minute. It goes both directions. Fuel tank's 250 gallon. together they equalize on each side. Oil cooler for your oil system, hydraulic oil system. It does have reverse and fan. Cleaner. It's not equipped with a reverser fan, but it is equipped with a cleaner. Interesting to see how that's going to prove out. This is a John Deere engine. I don't remember exactly what the liters is on it. It is the biggest John Deere engine that they make. It is pre-def. There's no def on it, which is a good thing. Anyhow, that is a little bit of the overview of the rig. We're going to get on it. We're going to start it up. We'll show you some stuff. This is the electrical box. I would show you the inside of that. Some of you, I'll just show you. Some of you will think this is extremely complicated, which it kind of is, but everything's labeled. The good thing is there's only 2 computers right there. That's it. You have to have those for certain applications. Everything else is all what we call analog wired. It's straight. There's a hard wire that goes to everything. They are all soldered. There you can see the hydrostats a little better. 4 hydrostats, 3 heads, and then what drives your machine. They're all the same heavy-duty hydrostats, 10,000 hours. This machine is supposed to be built for 10,000 hours is what the tractor part of it is supposed to be good for. The platform on the cab is air ride. It is a John Deere cab, which is kind of funny. It's actually a combine cab. Wayne has the ability of putting any cab on them you want, any engine on them you want, and any header on it that you want. So there's your view, sitting from the driver's seat. You actually have a pretty good range of view. There is kind of a dead spot right through the cab post, but it's interesting when you're sitting in the middle of the seat. His pivots are right at your cab post, but if you come around them, you do have a bit of a dead spot there. But not too bad. So we're going to start this rig up. This is your control station. That's all your heads. That's the engine monitoring system right there. And there's all their buttons. Cruise control for your ground speed. This will set your maximum speed with your lever all the way forward. Header speeds, cab rotate. And then all these are kick your mowers on and off, folds the mowers up. So anyhow, we'll raise this rig up. The controls are set up a little bit different. It's going to be, it may be a little bit challenging to run, but not too bad. So basically, you get to the end of the field. I mean, you could be mowing right when we got in the cab, and this is all it takes to fold this rig up. It's pretty. That's about 8 feet off the ground, probably 6 or 8 feet up there off the ground. You got plenty of ground clearance, and you're able to work on them. And there they go. Fold it up. That's how it's going to go down the road. And then this is Andrew's most favorite part. This thing swivels around. And you go down the road. And the turning radius on the thing ain't too bad. Right now the axle that's underneath of us is going to be the steer axle. I mean, for as big as this thing is, it does turn pretty good. Of course, with the hydrostats right in the wheels, it don't take much to mean, there's no U-joints or anything to bind up, so you can turn pretty short. Miss all the bicycles out here from our kids. So as you can see, I'm going to end up right back where we started. Right there's my truck. So if you can see out there, you can see our turning radius, which is pretty good for a big old machine. And when you want to go back to the field position, steps on both sides so you get out either side, whichever way your cab's facing, so you're never locked in the cab. The cab is air ride, the whole thing that it swivels on is air ride. So right there, they're all the way back. You're basically ready to start mowing. Hit the floats. Get them down on the ground. And they're down. There they are. Pretty simple rig. What's up, Jesse? I'll give you guys a walk around one more time. I'll leave it running, so it may get a little bit noisy, but I'll give you a walk around with it all folded up. I'll give you an idea. I mean, I'm underneath of it. So again, Wayne can put any kind of header that you desire to have on one of these. He can put John Deere heads, John Deere cab, John Deere engine. He'll use usually a John Deere engine, John Deere cab, but you can put Vermeer heads, you can put Case IH heads, you can put whatever on it you want. Some of those guys in the silage business, they're running Claus choppers. He can actually put Claus heads, Claus engine, Claus engine cab and headers. Although Claus don't make a big enough header right now. I don't think they make a 16-foot cut. But anyhow, you can set them up however you want. And I think the big thing with these rigs are they're 10,000-hour tractors. You guys do the math there. In the hay business, do the math. You know what you can cut with your swather, take that times 3, and then times 10,000 hours, do your acres. You'll find out that 2 sets of heads on these things will mow a tremendous amount of acres. So, yeah, Eric, I did get it dirty. This will be the last time that anybody sees this thing that clean, because it's going to be going to the field really quick. So, probably going to take it in the field this afternoon. We've got quite a few acres of corn stalks we're going to experiment with it in, pre-getting our big baler. And we got a bunch of grass that we're going to try to run the thing in. I'm hoping we can run it over about 10,000 acres while we got it here. And then we'll make a decision whether it becomes part of our operation or what we're going to do. But anyway, we got the ability to test it, run it. We get to R&D it and give Wayne some feedback. And it'll be here with the big baler. I like to try to run them in tandem maybe in the next 30 days. So anyhow, that's what it is. So I appreciate everybody watching. Share this, Born to Farm. Man, you guys that are on here, not all of you are farmers, but those of you that are, you know that we were born to farm. It's in your blood. Get on our page, share our page. There's going to be a lot of really good information coming that way. Like I've said, man, my desire is to get some young guys into this business and show them. I want to show them another way besides trying to go out and buy everything and cover yourself up with debt for who knows how many years. So anyhow, we're going to be real. We're going to talk about real stuff and real problems, and it's going to be a truth. You know, we're going to tell you what it really is like. We ain't going to sugarcoat it. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. We just want you to know the truth of what it means to be a farmer. And I can share with you my journey of how I'm standing here with this machine and how we got to end up with the biggest baler that's ever been built, going to be here as well. So I'd like to share that story with all of you, so get on that page, be part of our group, and there'll be some links to all of it. But share and follow our page, get everybody on there that you know of. Man, target those FFA guys, young guys, want to farm, get them on here. They need to be here. So guys, we appreciate it, and we'll be in touch. Thank you for watching.